Hi, welcome to another episode of Mathew's Garage. So I'm about to disassemble this entire car, 1965 Mustang Fastback, and repaint everything. All the metal work, all the interior panels, the doors, the dash, the steering column, everything's getting repainted. So, there's a little bit of buffs and scratches and things like that. This car was painted back in 2012. And yeah, particularly when I put in the rear seat, like everything kind of got beat up, and it's just overdue. Everything is just, kind of looking shabby, and I'm just ready, especially this door right here. You can see where I rest my arm on the door there, but yeah, looking forward to taking down and getting this repainted, and this should be good. Got all the paint bought today. I'm gonna go with the original, go with the Wimbledon white. So Ford had a interior white color. I could not find anybody to mix that color. Nobody could really look, like, even if they could look it up, they couldn't find the formula. They couldn't even find it. No luck on that. If I looked a little harder, but I'm just going to redo the Wimbledon white, which is the same color as the race stripes on the outside. Let's get this thing tore apart and repainted. Let's get it disassembled. All right, that's on there pretty good. Okay, speedometer is coming out. I'm in the process now of labeling these different connectors. So I'll specify, like right there, fuel R, which is the right fuel gauge, and 2, which I have little numbers. See, 1, 2, they're all numbered. So yeah, the best thing when you're pulling these dashes and you're having to kind of pull all your connectors, I had some old labels, but you see they're kind of dry rotted, so I'm replacing them with new stuff. But yeah, it's important to make sure everything's labeled good, so when I do put it back together, everything will go back in good. Gotta get this off next. Got 2 nuts on the back. Just heads up, if you ever remove the heater control, there's a little clip right here and a nut 3/8 nut there. There's also another one down here. Can't see it from this angle, but it's right here on the bottom. Just heads up, this is kind of a pain to remove. Alright, dash is ready to go. I will need to pull these 2 bolts under the air unit and set it in the floorboard. I don't want to disconnect it because it's a charge closed system, but the dash is ready to go. Gonna pull the steering wheel now. All I do is push in here, pull that, and put on my steering wheel bolt puller there. Next, take a 15/16 wrench and break this bolt. Next, hook up your steering wheel puller here. Let's start. And usually after a few turns it'll come loose here. Alright, it'll break loose. You tend to replace this quite a bit, so I got good at pulling this. Next, we're prepping the parts. What I did is took a black spray paint and sprayed all over so that I could see what areas I had scuffed. And I'm basically just roughing up the surface so that the paint will stick. I'm going to get it good and clean. Now, I noticed the sandpaper started kind of wearing down these grooves. So I decided to just kind of do it with a Brillo pad by hand. See how it kind of wears away some of the black spray paint. So that means this area is good and scuffed and that the paint will more likely to stick. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing all the parts. It is very time consuming, but prep is so important when you're about to paint. Next, just getting everything ready to paint. If you notice, I've kind of scuffed off a lot of the loose and uneven edges, trying to make sure everything is smooth to the touch and that the paint will go on smoothly. I took the trim off. I did pull this little trim off the inside here. I tried to pull the window off, realized pretty quickly that was a lot more than I wanted to deal with, so I'm putting it back on. And I will just roll down the window and paint the inside here. And I'll probably just work something through here to paint this inside edge. But it's just too much trouble. Pull those side windows. I know I should, but I just don't want to. So there's that. Next, I'll be prepping the dash and getting the other side sanded. But that's pretty well it for this, this video. I'm just going to be doing some sand prep work. I use about maybe a 400 grit sandpaper on this. But yeah, I will do a part 2 update video on the paint. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and share.